What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? It's your boy Lance, and I would like to formally welcome you back to my channel. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done a deep dive. I would say roughly half a year, but I'm definitely excited to get back into it once again with one of my favorite characters in Honkai Star Rail, Kafka. Kafka is an electro character on a nihility path, a beautiful maiden with a love for Thor, afflicting sweet pain to her enemies, shocking them to the core. Now, before we begin, I have a small announcement. There will be a giveaway on my Twitch. The link is in the description on the day of Kafka banner. I'll be giving away 5 express rail passes to be won, and I wish good luck to everybody. Please follow my Twitter for more information on the giveaway. Now let's begin. The highest cost for Honkai Star Rail characters in general would be Tracers, so I think that's a good place to start. Kafka deals a majority of her damage from her dot via her ultimate Twilight Thrill, making it the priority ability to raise and max. Following that is a skill, Caressing Moonlight, which instantly detonates dot afflicted to enemies, making this a strong follow-up move after an ultimate and allows her to combo with her other dot applying teammates. Third is her technique, which deals damage and shocks the enemy, providing a strong introduction to battle. And last is her normal attack. I will be expanding on these in the following sections. For now, let's look at her ideal relics. Naturally, since her damage slates towards lightning damage, her most ideal set would be the lightning set with all 4 components. However, this is easier said than done. If you can't make it, a 4-piece musketeer set or even a 2-piece of each will suffice, as it allows for better stat balancing. However, you lose the added benefit of the set effect. Even the latest speed set would be very good for her, as her combo can be faster and more consistent, but that 4-piece can be on another unit, as the 4-piece combo boosts all ally speed, and using a utility set might result in a slight or significant drop in damage. For materials, she would need the following: 65 lightning staff, obtainable from the farmable monster in Stargazer Nevelia, 8 tracks of destiny for maximum investment, 12 drops from the new weekly boss Phantalia, and drops from the Nihility Calyx, totaling to 18 green, 69 blues, and 139 purple drops. Whew. Seems like I'm gonna be farming Calyxes for the rest of 2023 at this rate. Her most beneficial stat will be attack. It affects not only all her abilities but also her dot. Unless you're only focused on alt skill damage, then crit will be much better, but for overall kit damage, attack percentage is the most ideal, followed up by speed, so you can proc her combos consistently. Next would be affect hit rate. You do not need too much on her because her skills already has a very high chance to proc. You would need roughly 10 to 30%. And last but not least would be break effect. In short summary, Kafka is a very easy quote-unquote character to build. However, her complexity comes with team building. She can definitely be a core unit in most cases, but for most of the time she fits the role of sub DPS better, while having a Jingyuan or Seal as your main carry or any other available characters. She seems to be semi-future proof, only getting better as more dot units come into the fray. However, you probably won't see huge number, rather consistent attrition damage from her, and her potential is slightly gated by her overpowered light cone, even more so after they updated and buffed it a couple days back. So while we're on the topic of light cones, let's have a look at her options. First and foremost is her signature. Patience is all you need. And very patient I am for waiting for her. It grants her 24% damage when attacking enemies afflicted by dot, and every attack she does, she gains 4.8% speed, capping at 34%. This is at Super Imposition 1, which is disgusting in my honest opinion. And on top of that, attacking enemies drop the erode effect, and this is a 100% chance, making targets take 60% lightning dot at the start of each turn, up to 60% of the user's attack. So this is basically a very strong Nihility light cone, usable for many characters, but it seems to be very ideal for Kafka. Next we have Eyes of the Prey. So this is the first quote-unquote free-to-play example that I will be providing. Increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 20% and increase the dot damage dealt by 24%. Not only does this settle Kafka's effect hit rate requirements, it also boosts her damage overall. And if you're lucky enough to have this light cone, which personally I don't, or even have copies of it, you'll get much stronger. So if you don't have patience is all you need. If you don't have Eyes of the Base, what can you have? So a lot of people have actually been suggesting Good Night Sleep Bell, which I think is a very, very good light cone. However, I would like to sing the song for Fermata. Because Good Night Sleep Well is not a light cone that is easy to get. Personally, I also don't have it. And I don't think we should sleep on Fermata. So Fermata increases the break effect of the wearer by 16% and increases the damage to enemies afflicted by shock or wind shear by 16%. And the last statement is, which also applies to dots. So I'm assuming that Fermata affects all form of dots, specifically shock or wind shear. That means that Kafka will be hitting harder to enemies she shocks and erodes, or if she didn't hit them and you have a sample, she would deal more damage to enemies hit by him as well. The strength of this light cone is the availability of copies. With Superimposition 5, the ratios shoot up to 32%, essentially doubling the damage dealt. While there are a myriad of other light cones, I feel like this 3 will be the standard for Kafka. Now we know how to fully equip her with light cone, let's look at Kafka herself. So we will go through a quick breakdown of her abilities. So first is her technique. So her technique deals 50% attack to all enemies with 100% chance to shock them for 2 turns, dealing lightning dot equal to 50% of Kafka's attack. Her talent. After dealing a normal attack, follow up dealing 140% attack as lightning damage and applying shock equal to the damage applied to her ultimate for 2 turns. And this is actually a very disgusting amount. Next is Midnight Tumult, her normal attack. Her normal attack deals 100% attack to an enemy and it will also trigger her talent, resulting in big damage. Her skill is pretty unique. Caressing Moonlight. Deal 160% of Kafka's attack to an enemy and 60% lightning damage to adjacent enemies based on Kafka's attack. If the target enemy is currently afflicted by dot, detonate the dot immediately, producing damage equal to 75% of the original damage. So basically she is an instant dot detonator with her skill. And last but not least is her ultimate, Twilight Thrill. She deals 80% of her attack to all enemies with 100% chance to shock for 2 turns and instantly triggers dot, dealing 100% damage, and her shock damage equals 290% of her attack. So you notice that previously on her talent, it mentioned that it would apply shock equal to the damage applied in ultimate. This will be 290%. All these ratios are at max level investment, so do take note of that as well. And I must say, she does deal a lot of damage, and even as a sub DPS, she's going to be peaking quite a bit of damage. Her utility really speaks for itself. Really, the dot detonation means quite disgusting damage overall, and having her on either a lightning or a dot team, or any other team that we're about to suggest later, might become mandatory. But that's just my biased opinion, because I feel that this character will be very, very strong. Next, let's have a look at her Eidolons. You don't need to pay too much attention to it because most of us will not be getting them. I myself will probably not be getting them as well. So let's quickly have a look through it. First is the Capo, E1. When her talent triggers a follow-up, there is a 100% chance to increase the dot received by the target by 30% for 2 turns. Following that is Fortissimo. While Kafka is on the field, all allies have increased dot damage, increased by 25%. Capriccio is the third, which increased her skill level by 2 and basic attack by 1, increasing their caps to 15 and 10 respectively. Next is Recitativo. When enemy target takes damage from shock, Kafka regenerates 2 energy for herself. That makes her a disgusting teammate in shock teams because that means that her skills will be up much faster. 5th is Doloroso, which increases her ult and talent levels by 2 and increasing their cap to 15. And last but not least is Legiero. Shock inflicted by her ult, technique and talent is further increased by 156%. And last and extra turn. C6 Kafka will be my ideal one day chat, but probably not anytime soon. And honestly speaking, these are not her original Eidolons. Her Eidolons actually got updated as well as her skill kit and her light cone. So definitely the developers are looking to make her a mainstay on the game. So chat, we're reaching the end of this lovely YouTube video, and honestly I couldn't express my feelings of gratitude for you making all the way here. So could I get a like, a share and a subscribe? So to finish off the video, here are some teams you can look into. There's already speed tune for your convenience, and these are 2 my preferences. Quick disclaimer as well, Kafka is calculated here with her light cone, so she's eventually going to either be 1st or 2nd speed regardless of any team. So first is a stable dot team. So this is the standard team which everybody is probably going to run. I'm probably going to run this as my mainstay team as well, because I have all the characters except for Sampo and Kafka, of course. So Silver Wolf is honestly only there as number 1, a debuffer, as well as in the event that none of these elements are present as a weakness. However, that is a very rare case. If you do not have Silver Wolf, you can probably swap her out for Yukong. In all honesty, that will probably be my swap. Locha can be substituted with any other healer, however to less effectivity. Sampo is a sub DPS in this team and Kafka is the main attraction. Next is Frozen Thunder. So this runs on fast Japat. So if you guys are building Japat, I recommend you try the new speed set as well as speed boots on him. Now why would you do that? Why would you sacrifice defense? Because Japat shield is already very thick, especially when you have him max or close to max. So I believe that you do not need to overflow the shield. If you have enough speed, you'll be able to non-stop bring up the ultimate. So I believe this team will be okay with enough energy recharge and speed. We have Pella as a debuffer. We have Kafka and Jingyuan for damage. Next we have Shock, the system. So we have a full Electro team. This is slightly premium with 2 limited characters and 1 slightly difficult character to get, which is Bailu. So Bailu, Silver Wolf, Kafka and Serval. You can of course interchange Serval with Jingyuan, but we gotta shout out to the Serval mains out there. So this is the most strict team. So in the event the enemy does have lightning weakness and you do not need Silver Wolf, you can actually swap with Tingyu. Last but not least is the stacking dot team. So this was actually a team that I saw while doing my research. A lot of people suggest Sampo be the last slot, but I kind of want to try out Luca, because I think this team has a lot of potential, because Kafka, Hook and Luca deal stacking dot, which is very good. And Hook in particular deals a lot of damage. Shout out to London, lovely Hook mains, and shout out to Hollow. Thank you so much for reaching this point, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did, and I hope this video has helped you understand our beloved Thunderous Mami a bit more. If you're pulling, I wish you the best of luck, and if you don't get her, I sincerely apologize, and you might want to come to my stream, drop me a follow so that I can give you some luck, because I've been known for my good streamer luck. But in any way, don't forget to share your pull count in my Discord. I want to see how many pulls everybody got. Take care everyone, and of course have a good week, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Follow my socials for more build guides and giveaways. And if you like the slides design over here, this is actually made by me. I'm gonna make it accessible in my Discord as well as my Twitter. Take care everybody, have a good day, and don't forget, love ya.
Bye.